The stars above were quiet, watching over the ruined battlefield below. Twisted metal and shattered machines lay scattered across the rocky surface of the planet. Smoke still rose from some of the wrecked alien ships. No one expected anything. To be left alive. Cole, a human engineer and scavenger, walked slowly across the wreckage. His boots crunched against broken glass and wires. He wore a dusty jacket, a light pack on his back, and a small scanner in his hand. His mission was simple: gather spare parts, sell what he could, and return to his lonely outpost. But something felt strange this time. His scanner beeped softly. "Life form?" he whispered, surprised. That shouldn't have been possible. The war had ended months ago. Every creature left behind was either dead or taken. He followed the weak signal to a half-destroyed alien ship. Its walls were burned, and the entrance hatch was stuck halfway open. Cole climbed inside, moving carefully through the dark, narrow hallway. "Hello?" he called out, his voice echoing off the walls. "Is someone there?" There was no answer, only the low hum of dying energy. His scanner beeped again, stronger now. He turned the corner and stopped in the corner of a small maintenance room, behind a pile of broken panels. Something moved. It was a girl. Not human, definitely alien. Her skin had a faint silvery blue tone, covered in dust and scratches. Her long hair was tangled, and her uniform was torn. Her legs were pulled to her chest, and her arms wrapped tightly around them as if she were trying to disappear. She looked up with wide, fearful eyes. When she saw him, she flinched and hid her face. "Don't come near me," she whispered hoarsely. "I'm dirty and useless." Cole's heart sank. He didn't see an enemy. He didn't see a machine. He saw someone broken, tired, alone. He crouched down slowly, showing her his empty hands. "It's okay," he said softly. "I'm not here to hurt you." She didn't reply. Her body shook, and she tried to back away further, pressing against the cold metal wall. Cole placed his scanner on the floor, then reached into his pack and pulled out a small bottle of water. "You look thirsty," he said, setting it gently a few feet away from her. "It's clean, I promise." She stared at it for a long time. Her lips were dry. Her hands twitched. After several long seconds, she reached out slowly like a scared animal and took the bottle. She drank carefully, as if she wasn't sure. She was allowed to. Cole watched silently. "What's your name?" he asked. She shook her head. "I don't have one, just a number." Cole frowned. "Well, I'm Cole," he offered. "I'm just a mechanic. I came here to find scrap, not people." The girl looked at him with cautious eyes. "You should leave me," she muttered. "I'm broken, not worth anything. They left me here because I couldn't fix the power core fast enough." Cole didn't move. "You're not broken," he said. "You survived. That means something." She didn't answer. There was a long silence between them. Only the distant hum of failing circuits filled the room. Cole finally stood up and looked around. The air was getting worse. He could hear the systems failing in the walls. "We can't stay here," he said. "You'll run out of air. Come with me. I have a warm shelter nearby." She looked away. "No one's ever wanted me before," she whispered. "Not for anything but work." Cole turned toward the door and paused. "I'm not no one," he said gently. "And I want you to live." For a moment she didn't move. Then, slowly, painfully, she began to crawl forward. Her legs were weak. She stumbled, but Cole caught her gently. She looked up at him, shocked that he touched her without fear or anger. He smiled. "You're not trash," he said. "You're someone." And with that, he helped her out of the ship, step by step, toward the light. Cole carried Ira carefully through the rocky ground. The stars above were cold and bright. The small outpost where Cole lived was a few miles away. It was a quiet place. With a small dome, some solar panels, and a few machines for repairs, Ira did not say much. Her eyes looked tired and her body seemed weak. She did not trust the world around her, not even Cole, but she did not pull away when he held her. Cole wanted to help, but he knew he needed to be patient. When they reached the outpost, Cole opened the door and let fresh air in. Inside was warm and safe. A soft light glowed from a small lamp, and a table was set with simple food. Cole sat Ira down gently on a chair. She looked around with careful eyes. Do you want something to eat? Cole asked. Ayra shook her head. I am not hungry, she said softly. Cole smiled kindly. You need strength. You have been through a lot. Ayra did not reply. She kept her hands folded on her lap. Cole watched her for a moment. He saw many small scars on her arms and face. They looked old but painful. Who did this to you? He asked quietly. Ayra's eyes filled with sadness. I was made to fix machines, she said slowly, but I was not perfect. When I failed, they hurt me. They said I was useless. I am not like you. Cole shook his head. You are not useless. Everyone makes mistakes. That does not make you less. Ayra looked at him, confused. You don't understand, she whispered. I am not just broken. I was created to obey. To do what I was told. When I could not, they left me. Cole felt his heart tighten. He had heard stories like hers before about how some alien races treated their workers as tools. Not people, but he did not want to think about that now. Instead, he reached into a box and pulled out clean clothes. They were soft and simple, but clean. Here, he said, you can change. You don't have to wear that dirty suit anymore. Ayra hesitated. Then she nodded slowly. Cole left her alone for a while. When she came out, her hair was still messy, but her skin looked cleaner. The clothes fit her loosely, but they were better. She looked different, not just outside, but inside too. Cole smiled. You look better, he said. Ayra blinked, unsure how to respond for the first time. She felt like someone cared for her. Cole showed her around the small outpost. He explained the machines and how he fixed things. Ayra listened quietly, but with interest. After some time, Cole took out a small music player. He pressed play. Soft sounds filled the room. Simple music, gentle and calm. Ayra closed her eyes, listening. It was strange but nice. Cole saw a small smile on her face. That is Earth music, he said. It helps me relax. Ayra opened her eyes. Relax. She repeated. She had never heard that word before. Cole nodded. You deserve to relax. You deserve to be happy. Ayra looked at him with tears in her eyes. I don't know how, she said. I was told only to work, to be useful, not to feel. Cole shook his head. That is not right. You are more than a machine. You are a person. Ayra's tears fell quietly. Cole did not say anything. He just sat beside her and let her cry, hours. Past. When Ayra finally stopped crying, she looked at Cole and whispered, Thank you. Cole smiled gently. You are welcome. They sat together in the quiet room. Outside, the stars kept shining. The next morning, light from the twin suns gently touched the outpost. Ayra woke slowly. For the first time in a long while, she felt the soft warmth of the sun on her face. It was strange and new. She looked around the small room Cole had made for her. The bed was simple but clean. A few tools and some clothes lay neatly on the table. Outside, the sky was wide and bright. Ayra sat up carefully. She felt unsure, as if she had forgotten how to live outside the walls of a machine. She stood and walked slowly to the small window. She watched the wind move the dry grass and the distant hills. Cole, she said softly. He was in the next room, fixing a broken radio. Yes? He called back. I do not know what to do, she said. I was made to work, to fix things. Now I am free. But I do not know how to be free. Cole smiled gently and came over. Freedom is not easy at first, he said. It means you decide what to do. No one tells you. Ayra looked down. I'm afraid, she admitted. If I do not work, I feel useless. If I try to rest, I feel weak. Cole sat beside her. That is normal, he said. You must learn slowly. You do not have to do everything at once. Ayra nodded, but still looked worried. Cole stood and walked to a small shelf. He took down a soft blanket. Here, he said, this is for you. When you feel tired or scared, wrap yourself in it. Ayra took the blanket carefully. Thank you, she whispered. For a long time they sat quietly. Then Cole said, Do? You want to eat something? Ayra shook her head. You must eat, Cole said. Food gives you strength. He went to the small kitchen and made some warm stew. The smell filled the room. Ayra watched, curious. When Cole put a bowl in front of her, she hesitated, then took a small spoonful. The warm food was soft and tasted good. Slowly she ate more. Cole smiled. See, that is good. After the meal, Cole showed Era how to use the small garden outside. There were a few plants growing in pots. Here, he said, you can grow food or flowers. You can take care of them. Era touched a small green leaf gently. It was soft and alive for the first time. She felt something like hope over the next days. Cole helped Era learn simple things. He taught her how to fix broken tools, how to clean her clothes, how to light a fire safely. Era tried to do things on her own, but sometimes felt clumsy. Cole never laughed or scolded. He only helped quietly. One evening, Era sat alone outside under the stars. She looked up and whispered, "I do not know how to rest, how to be calm." Cole joined her. "I will teach you," he said. He showed her how to breathe slowly and clear her mind. Era followed his voice. The night was still and peaceful. For the first time, she felt her heart slow. She closed her eyes and smiled softly. The fear inside her grew smaller. Cole watched her and felt happy. He thought, maybe she will be okay. The peaceful days did not last long. One afternoon, while Cole and Era were outside the outpost, the sky suddenly darkened with the sound of engines. A group of raiders and stolen ships appeared, fast and fierce. They wanted the supplies and technology in the outpost. Cole's heart raced. He grabbed his old rifle and shouted, "Era, inside! Stay safe." Era's eyes were wide with fear. She did not move at first, frozen by the noise and chaos. Cole ran toward the outpost to prepare the defenses. Inside, the raiders stormed the gates. Cole's old security systems tried to hold them back, but they were weak. Era watched from the small control room. Her hands shook. She remembered her past, the orders, the work, the pain, but this was different. She wanted to help. Not because she was told, but because she chose to. Her mind raced. The raiders used stolen tech, machines she once repaired. She knew their weaknesses. She took a deep breath and moved quickly. She found the power controls and started shutting down parts of the raiders' equipment. The raiders were confused. Their ships and weapons flickered and stopped working. Cole heard the noise and smiled. "Era?" he called. She appeared at the door, breathless but determined. "You saved us," Cole said, amazed. Era looked at him, surprised. "I did not know I could." Cole shook his head. "You did. You chose to." The raiders tried to fix their machines, but the damage was done. Cole and Era, the small ship, glided smoothly over the dark forest, heading back toward the colony, where Lyra's mother waited. Cole's hands were steady on the controls, but his mind raced with thoughts of what awaited them. "NGS to me." Cole stood protectively in front of the girl. "I'm taking her home," Cole said firmly. The hunter laughed. "You think you can stop me? You are only one." Cole felt no fear. He tightened his fists. The hunter charged. The fight was quick and fierce. The hunter was strong and fast, but Cole was clever and stubborn. He dodged the hunter's heavy strikes, using the broken pillars for cover. He threw punches with surprising strength, learned from years of battles and survival. At one moment, Cole grabbed a loose metal pipe and swung it, knocking the hunter off balance. The hunter growled and lunged again, but Cole was ready. He kicked a rock, tripping the hunter, and used his momentum to push him into the mud. The hunter snarled but finally stepped back. "You may have won this fight," he said, breathing hard, "but I will find her again." Cole didn't answer. Instead, he turned to the girl. The girl was trembling but still holding the star toy tightly. Cole smiled softly and knelt again. "Don't be afraid," he said. "I'm here to help. We will get you home." She looked up at him, her eyes slowly filling with trust. Cole reached out his hand. After a moment's pause, the girl took it. Together, they stepped out of the clearing, leaving behind the shadow of the hunter. The hollow fringe was still dangerous. But now Cole was not alone. With the girl by his side, his mission became clearer. He would bring her back to her mother. No matter the cost. The forest around them was thick and dark, but Cole moved with purpose. The girl's small hand held his tightly, giving him strength. She looked around nervously, her eyes wide with fear. Cole knew she did not understand what was happening, but he promised himself he would keep her safe. Suddenly, a sound broke the silence, a rustling in the bush nearby. Cole stopped, alert. The girl squeezed his hand harder from the shadows. Stepped a tall figure. His armor was sleek and black, shining even in the dim light. The man was not human. His skin was dark green and rough, with sharp eyes that showed no kindness. "This was the other hunter. Give me the girl," the hunter said, voice cold like ice. "She belongs to the raiders. Return her or face death." Cole did not flinch. "She belongs to no one but her mother," he replied quietly. "I'm taking her home?" The hunter laughed, a sound like metal scraping stone. "Humans are weak. You cannot protect her here." Cole's jaw tightened. He knew this would not end with words. The hunter moved fast, throwing a blade from his wrist. Cole barely had time to block it with his arm. The sharp edge cut through his jacket, but he kept standing. His training and experience kicked in. The girl crouched behind a tree, watching the fight with wide eyes. Cole reached into his belt and pulled out a stun baton. The hunter charged again, swinging a heavy metal club. Cole ducked, then jabbed the baton into the hunter's side. The hunter growled but did not stop. Cole kept moving, avoiding the heavy blows, looking for a chance. The forest around them shook. As they fought, birds and small creatures scattering dot at one point. Cole tripped but rolled quickly, then kicked a rock at the hunter's knee. The hunter stumbled. Cole pressed forward, hitting the hunter with the baton's electric charge. The hunter cried out but pushed Cole away with great force. Suddenly, the hunter grabbed the girl. Cole's heart froze. "Let her go!" Cole shouted. The hunter held the girl tightly. She whimpered and tried to pull away, but the hunter's grip was strong. Cole's mind raced. He could not fight this and protect the girl at the same time. He looked around quickly and spotted a broken tree branch. Nearby, he grabbed it and raised it high. "Release her," Cole warned. The hunter's eyes narrowed. "You think you can threaten me?" Cole threw the branch hard. It struck the hunter's helmet with a loud crack. Below, the trees blurred into a dark green sea, stretching toward the rising twin suns. The warmth of the morning light began to chase away the cold shadows of the night. Inside the cabin, Lyra sat quietly, her small hand resting in her mother's. The reunion they had dreamed of was almost complete. Cole glanced at them, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. This journey had been hard, full of danger, fear, and betrayal, but now it was almost over. As the ship landed softly on the colony's outskirts, a small group of aliens gathered near the landing pad. They watched silently, their faces a mix of hope and relief. Lyra's mother stepped out first, her eyes shining with tears. She reached for her daughter and pulled her into a warm embrace. Lyra smiled brightly, the fear and sadness fading away. Like mist in the sun, Cole stepped down from the ship and watched the reunion. Feeling a quiet pride, the mother turned to Cole, bowing deeply, a gesture of great respect in her culture. "You have saved my daughter," she said softly. "Your courage and kindness honor you." Cole shook his head gently. "I did what any human would do. No reward is needed." The woman's eyes searched his face. "In my world," she continued, "some would offer themselves as payment. But you have shown me a better way." Cole smiled. "The best reward is seeing a family reunited." The colony's leader approached and greeted Cole warmly. He offered food, rest, and a place among their people. Cole accepted graciously, but said, "My place is out there, helping others who need it." The leader nodded. "Your heart is strong. You are always welcome here." That evening, Cole sat outside beneath the stars, the twin moons glowing softly above. Lyra and her mother stayed nearby. Safe and together, Cole thought about the journey, the dangers faced, the battles fought, and the promise kept. He felt a quiet joy knowing that in a universe filled with darkness, there was still light. As he looked at the sky, Cole understood something important. Being human was not about strength alone. It was about hope, kindness, and the will to do what was right, even when the path was hard. He smiled softly. In the stars, Humanity had earned another legend. And so a human traveler's simple act of bravery brought a lost child home, not for reward or fame, but because it was the right thing to do. The story of Cole, Lyra, and her mother would be told for many cycles. A shining example of humanity's best. Arcade together to defend the outpost. Cole fired carefully, protecting the entrances. While Era used her knowledge to disable enemy tools, the raiders began to retreat. When the last ship flew away, the outpost was safe but quiet again. Cole looked at Era with respect. "You were brave," he said. Era smiled faintly. "I was scared, but I did not want to lose you." Cole nodded. "You are more than you think." That night, Era sat alone. She thought about the fight. For the first time, she felt proud. Not because she was ordered to fight, but because she chose to stand and protect. She looked at Cole, who was cleaning his rifle. "Maybe I'm not useless," she whispered. Cole smiled softly and said, "You never were." The morning after the attack was quiet. The stars were gone, replaced by a pale blue sky. The outpost looked peaceful again, but inside, Era felt restless. She sat on the edge of her bed, staring at her hands. They were clean now, no longer covered in oil and dust, but her mind was full of dark thoughts. Cole noticed her silence. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. Ayr looked up, her eyes heavy. "I want to tell you something," she said softly. "Something I have not said to anyone." Cole nodded. "I am here to listen." Era took a deep breath. "My whole life, I was made to obey, to follow orders without question. When I failed, they punished me. When I could not fix what was broken, I was left behind. I was treated like a tool, not a person." Cole listened carefully. He did not interrupt. Era's voice shook as she continued. "I believed I was useless. Dirty, broken." She paused, tears filling her eyes. "Why do you still care for me? Why do you treat me like I matter?" Cole looked at her with kindness. "Because you do matter." He said, "Everyone has value, even when they feel broken." Era wiped her tears. "But I am not like you," she said. "I am not human. I do not know how to feel or love." Cole smiled softly. "Feeling takes time," he said. "You are learning, and you are not alone." Era looked at him, hope shining faintly in her eyes. That day, Cole showed Era how to repair small machines, not because she had to, but because she wanted to try. She worked slowly, making mistakes, then fixing them. With each success, her confidence grew. She began to believe that maybe she was not useless after all. At night, Era looked at her reflection in a cracked mirror. She saw someone tired but trying. Someone more than a tool. She thought about Cole's words. She was still broken in some ways. But maybe broken things could be fixed, and maybe, just maybe, she was worth fixing. Days passed quietly at the outpost. Era was growing stronger and learning more about the world beyond her old life. She smiled more often and even helped Cole with small repairs. But deep inside, a fear still stayed, fear of losing her freedom. One afternoon, a signal came from a human fleet nearby. It was a rescue message, offering help and protection. Cole listened carefully as the radio crackled. "A crew is coming to take you both to a bigger station," Cole said softly. "They want to study alien tech? That means you." Era's face changed. Her eyes grew wide and tense. "They want to study me?" she asked, voice shaking. Cole nodded. Double quotes, "Yes, but they also want to help." Era looked away, heart pounding. "I don't want to be used again," she said quietly. "I was free here, even if I don't fully understand it. If I go with them, I may become their prisoner." Cole thought for a moment. "I won't decide for you," he said firmly. "You have the right to choose?" Era looked at him, surprised. "For the first time I can choose," she whispered. That night, Era sat under the stars. She thought about her life, the pain, the loneliness, and now, the kindness. She remembered how Cole never forced her, never judged her. She felt a small hope growing. The next morning, Cole handed her a small device to talk to the fleet. "You decide when you are ready," he said. Era nodded. Days passed. Era helped Cole and the outpost grow. She learned to fix machines by choice, not command. She laughed when a plant in the garden bloomed. One evening, the rescue crew landed. The captain, a tall human woman, greeted them kindly. "We are here to help," the captain said. Ayr looked at Cole. "What will you do?" she asked softly. Cole smiled. "I will stay here." "This place is my home," Ayr smiled back. "I want to stay too." The captain nodded. "That is your choice," she said. Ayr felt a new feeling inside: freedom. She was no longer a tool or a prisoner. She was a person who could choose her own path. Cole reached out and took her hand gently. "You belong here." "With me?" he said. Ayr squeezed his hand. "For the first time, I belong." Days passed peacefully at the outpost. Ayr and Cole worked side by side. She helped him fix machines, tended to the small garden, and even tried cooking simple meals. Each day she learned more about herself and the world around her. One morning, Ayr stood by the clear water of a small pond near the outpost. She looked at her reflection, her silvery blue skin shining softly under the sun. For a long time, she had seen herself as broken and dirty. But now the image looked different. She saw a person. Someone real. Cole joined her quietly. He smiled as he watched her. "You seem happy today," he said. Ayr turned and smiled back. "I am," she replied. "For the first time, I feel like I am not a machine or a tool." Cole nodded. "You never were. You are more than that." Ayr looked down and took a deep breath. "I'm still learning," she said. "But I want to live. To feel joy, to make choices, to be free." Cole placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "And you will, step by step." As the sun moved across the sky, they walked back to the outpost together. Ayr carried a small basket of fresh herbs she had gathered. Inside, Cole showed her how to plant new seeds in the garden. Ayr laughed when a small bird landed nearby, curious about the new visitors. "I never knew life could be so quiet and so full," she said softly. Cole smiled. "That's what home feels like." That night they sat by a small fire outside. The stars were bright above, and the cool night breeze whispered softly. Ayr leaned her head on Cole's shoulder. "Thank you," she said quietly, "for seeing me as more than broken." Cole looked at her with warmth. "You are precious," he said simply. Ayr smiled and closed her eyes. For the first time in her life she felt truly safe. Not because someone controlled her, but because someone cared for her. She was not dirty. She was not useless. She was precious, and that was enough.